and the Cleveland Browns.
Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him. Up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Purdy now to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. On 2nd and 11 now. Purdy. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense got pressured up top. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did.
And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
Rising's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz. matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns.
Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And ultimately cannot get this out. Yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Running right through him.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Allen off the bootleg. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get the series back on track. The completion for enough yards for a first down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. They'll come out in the pistol. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and goal, Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. The slot man in motion right. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 10, Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Allen now on 1st down. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
This is brought in by the tight end, Tommy Sweeney. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be out right at the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 44, Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland 1st. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, it's Watson. This complete to David Bell. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The end result, 21 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Again, it's Watson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson flushed out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
To the air, Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Allen to throw once more. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? In motion is Grant. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's gonna float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to let it go again. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Watson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs.
And that's going to be caught from Browns. Touchdown. David Bell from 19 yards away. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well. Especially the quarterback.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
Throwing now is Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Allen again. And he finds his man. That's Sweeney. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing on first down is Allen. This ball complete to the tight end, Sweeney. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. Before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Browns drive about to get started. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Watson. Is caught out left by Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Watson on 1st down. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Working with a 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watson looks to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then dropped just inside of the 20. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time Cook. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They run here with Singletary. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary punching it in from a yard away. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Watson to throw. And this one's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now Watson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you're doing. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
To throw, Watson. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Watson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Watson. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And it's a big play there to secure the football. And, folks, we are headed to overtime. So the Bills going to be the first to get it as we are back underway here in overtime. McKenzie now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away? But that would not being picked off.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. Oh, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. He had the interception woes in regulation, and now they carry it over into overtime. And on the other side, CD, all they need is a field goal to win it.
I'm glad you pointed that out, Brandon, because he has not been sharp all game long. He's been rather loose with some of his passes, and this one might cost him the ball game.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion is Grant. Now Watson, his first throw of OT. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So, CD, both teams have had it here in overtime, and now both have thrown an interception.
And now this offense perfectly set up for a second chance opportunity. Already in field goal range. Don't do anything crazy here. Just set it up and let your kicker win the game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. He goes 12 yards on the touchdown run. Brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. This take it in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First play, here's Cousins. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat, 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to...
Touchdown, Vikings! K.J. Osborne, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they liked, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They begin this drive with Chubb, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep...
He's got him in, complete! And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, here's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Again, it's Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football. Coach, you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to put this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, now zapped right back in the other direction. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Chubb on the counter. Brought down at the 20. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Cousins on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. 14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Cook again. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He'll find Thielen working the middle. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on, or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Down to the 42, 2nd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19. A 3rd down gain of 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now Cousins. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
From the 44, Watson.
Tries the right side, and he finds Bell.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson on third down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Desperation time, Watson on fourth down. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. On first and 10, Watson. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
One last throw here for Watson. Going for it all. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final